welcome to round one of UKC at Whilton Mill.
Our YouTube channel is dedicated to bring you the real life experience of National Championship racing. If you're moving from club level and about to go National Championships, watch our videos. We show the emotion, the impact, the money, the costs, everything about National Championships. In fact, in this little bit of an intro, there's Zach in the background, just been driven over by another karter. His foot's trapped and his car's absolutely knackered. So I hope you enjoy the video.
Hi, welcome everyone. Today it's Friday, the 4th of April 2025. We're currently at Whilton Mill for our second championship meeting of the year. This weekend we've joined UKC, so this is round one of their championship. We won't be doing the whole series for UKC. We're literally just going to be dropping in and dropping out to suit. And this weekend we're using it as a practice for when Zach's at JKC, with JKC at Whilton later in the year. So that's in August for session 6 or round 6.
There's Emma's intro. Yep, we're at UKC. We've done it last year in the interclass. This year we're doing it in junior. This is Zach's 5th time out in the junior. He's only had the kart 2 weeks. We're way behind in practice. We're way behind on skill, but we're going to give it a go anyway. We need to test here before the JKC.
Right, Zach, you've got a new engine on. We've got absolutely no idea how this is going to go, okay? I know we say it every time. Take it a little bit easy just on the first couple of laps. It's the first practice, okay? I can see you grinning inside that helmet already.
Feels so good though.
It feels so good again.
Just about to go out on his first session. New engine's on. And as you see, he pulls straight out. He's the first one to go because we don't hang around. We just want to get out there and get some seat time.
Right, we've got a green flag. So you going? Do you want to go, Zach? Everyone's just sitting there. If you want to go, Zach.
And what happens? His engine quits out and everyone gives a bit of a cheer.
Bad start.
That's the first part of our engine problems.
Zach's just gone out for practice 1 this morning. Bit of an embarrassing start. He literally pulled away and then conked out on the middle of the grid, but it's a brand new engine, it's only just gone on. Okay, currently sitting at 13, so that's pretty impressive. Oh, gone up to 4th, amazing. Here he comes. Yeah, it's right down now. He's putting 50-second laps, the fastest is 48.46. Biggest problem with this track, it's so bloody huge. I can't find him. I can't track where he is. I've literally lost him, and I've lost him for ages. I keep looking around, cannot find him anywhere. However, that is the end of the practice. Oh, here he comes. Right, just gone past the finish line. So he came in on 21st out of 23. That's not so bad. He's got a lap time of 49.13. We've got a bit to gain there because the fastest lap time is 47.27. So we have got almost 2 seconds to find. But say it's his practice engine, first time he's ever run it. Got no idea how that compares to his race engine. We'll be putting that back on at some point to sort of see what the difference is. But we just need to run in this practice engine, get some hours on it. And as soon as we start doing that, then the performance will start to improve. But not bad for his very, very first run. It's been about a year since he was last at Whilton. So yeah, not too bad at all. Good stuff. How did you get on today?
Huh?
How did you get on that first run? How's your engine?
Rubbish.
Rubbish. Okay. What's wrong with it?
No bottom, no nothing.
You weren't last.
Still had nothing.
So if that engine's got no bottom end, like that's saying, and if it's not running in the same way the race engine will run, how do we know what settings to put the race engine on to get the best out of it?
We can't, because we'll be strapping the race engine on for a practice tomorrow.
That's not going to be enough though, we've only got one practice. How do we know what the jet needs to be and what the settings need to be?
Because it should be reasonably the same, but we need to make some changes.
These are the bits where I don't understand about engines, karts, settings, all of that kind of thing.
Witchcraft.
It is witchcraft.
Yes.
Well, no, there is a certain amount of knowledge behind it, but it's really hard when you're trying to run in a practice engine that's not running properly and it's not running to its true potential, and knowing the settings that you're changing for that to make that right, how do you then know what settings to then transfer to the race engine, which is in a completely different position to this one? I don't know.
The thing is, it's our first time out for the practice today, so the engine is probably lacking a bit of power because it's brand spanking new. Zach, what was the top end like? Still a bit duff,
really
mid?
any good.
Or is it just not very good all around? Okay. It could just need a bit of running in, or we could have the wrong jet, or we could have the wrong sprocket, but we'll try it on the next practice session. But it wasn't last, so that's a bonus. This practice day today, as Emma's probably told you, we done UKC last year, Inter. We seeded 14th, it was our first national championship. We've come back this year in the junior. We're not going to do the whole series, we're just swapping in for a couple, just so we can get some seat time. But the first session out wasn't the best for us, but that's because we've got our new engine on, it's got no hours on it. It's lacking a bit of bottom end, maybe a bit of top, but we changed the jetting, we changed the rear sprocket, see if it makes any difference. But it's our practice engine, we don't want to risk putting any hours on our race engine, so we just have to be at the back for timing, we just learn the track. And I'm about to go into the best kart shop in town, pick up my bits.
So that's the bits picked up in the kart shop. We've basically got some OTK bumper brackets, so we don't get some mid-drop bumpers this year. So it's the second time out for the practice. Zach's feedback on the engine wasn't the best. It had no bottom, no mid, no top. Could be just where it's brand new. So we've changed the jet, we've changed the gearing. It's a fitched engine, so it should be pretty good out the box, to be fair. But little did we know, it was just to be the first of our engine problems this weekend. So in regards of junior minimum weight, it's 145 kilos for kart and driver, but in the junior class you've got minimum weight of driver for 45 kilos. Zach's 45.6 kilos, so he just makes it. There's so much lead on this car. Zach can't help me, Emma can't help me, so every time I'm out I'm having to ask other mechanics, other dads to help me lift it. By the end of the weekend I think they were trying to avoid me, it's so heavy.
Okay, last minute changing of tyre pressures. Andy put them right up before we came out, just so that he could set them when we were on the grid.
Yeah, so basically what I'm doing here is...
I had to leave this in this video. This is me trying to give instructions on tyre pressures, where Emma didn't realise I had the mic on and I'm talking, so she thought I was talking to myself and just kept the video on her. So I thought I'd leave it in for comical purposes.
I think Andy's talking to himself down there. Makes more sense if you talk to yourself.
I'm talking as well.
You're talking to yourself. Yeah, but I don't know if your mic's on.
Yeah.
It's on green.
Yeah. Look, it's got the two green lights.
Oh, okay.
Right, I have to do that again next time. But the camera's on you, not me, and I'm talking.
Oh. It was on you and I turned it back. I just feel like it's like Bayford and Bucknell, we should be practising now.
Practising what?
The practice engine.
I've just got to get it right, love. It's funny, there's obviously a fault with it somewhere. Right, so Emma's stressing about the practice engine. When Zach came out the pits there, he was bouncing up and down. So, we're not too sure whether there could be an issue with the jet, could be blocked. The carb might be blocked. So what I'll do is when he comes in next, I'll have the carb out and I'll strip that carb. So it sounds like it's been starved of fuel. We'll find out. He's running now, but there's definitely something wrong with that carb. He just doesn't seem to have any pull. So yeah, I don't think it's the engine, it's the carburetor.
It's a gorgeous sunny day. Amazing weather, so nice to be out here in the warmth and the sunshine. Zach's already been out for a couple of practices so far today. He's just about to go out for his third. We strapped his new race engine on, his new practice engine on this morning. Unfortunately we haven't got any dynos, so we've got absolutely no clue if it's any good or not. It is what Andy calls a flitched engine, so apparently that does mean it's better than just a bog standard engine because it's been run, it's been tested, but we've got no idea how it compares to his race engine, so we're having to sort of get it out on track and use it just to give us that idea of how it's faring. There are a few frustrations with that because the problem is we just don't know kind of what settings to put it on. We don't know what the comparison is. So we're literally just starting from ground zero with it. A bit embarrassing for Zach, but the first time he went out on it, it conked out as he was about to drive out of the grid. He managed to get it going again, and we're wondering whether the fuel pipe might have been a little bit pinched when Andy sort of put it on. Maybe he's pinched it. So that's now been changed. The carb's been cleaned out. Yeah, just giving everything a bit of a sort of a once over, and we're putting them out again. But the revs are definitely a lot lower than the race engine, and that will definitely be having an impact on the speed that he's able to get. We also need to build the hours up on it, but the only way we're going to build the hours up on it is to use it. Ideally, we should be doing maybe some club rounds to be using it at rather than a UKC round, but we just haven't had the available time, cash, to sort of do the other rounds in between. So we literally only picked it up 2 weeks ago, and this is the first opportunity we've had to actually get it on a kart and start using it. So a bit of a testing day today. It's giving Zach practice on the track, and yeah, we'll just see how the day goes and just hope things get better as the day goes on. But I'm definitely looking to getting that race engine back on the car and then really getting a better idea of how Zach's faring today.
Okay, so it's time for the change of helmet sticker. Never get them on first time. There we go. UKC is on.
So, club rounds, we run a Zenico visor sticker. For national rounds like this, you have to wear their visor stickers. So UKC, you wear UKC. JKC, you wear JKC Kart Championship. So you can't wear your own visor stickers. It's annoying, but I understand why. Photographs, the videos, everything. So just be wary that if you have got spent money on visor stickers, don't bother if you're doing the national championship. We just tend to put ours on top of them and just peel them off afterwards.
Thanks to everyone who's been watching our videos, who's been subscribing, and give the videos a like at the end. I want to say thanks to Dave Edwards. He commented on the qualifying video when Zach was disqualified because his rear wheel was knocked in. We've actually gone away and checked the regulations, and you were right, we shouldn't have got disqualified on that round with just one tyre or one wheel being knocked in. That's not a full disqualification. We needed both wheels to be knocked in for that to happen. So a bit gutting really that Zach got disqualified on that session. He came 5th in qualifying. I know he had a drop nose cone and that would have knocked him back a bit further, but for the rest of the day he'd have been much further up the rest of the pack and would have stood a much better chance of some success that day. So yeah, thanks for everyone who's watching. Apparently we're giving you a real kind of true life idea of exactly what it's like at a race weekend. Having watched some of the videos back, you really can't sense, I suppose, the pressure and the stress levels that everyone's going through. I know people talk about, you can see the emotional side of it, but you just can't get that level of tension across on a video. Tensions are always very, very high. Stress levels are always very high. I have been a bit stressed out this morning, just due to frustrations with the engine. But yeah, hopefully we're going to start getting those ironed out, and then we'll put Zach in a better position maybe for Saturday and Sunday. And I know that he's going to be glad to have his race engine back on because he knows how that runs. He's comfortable with it. Yeah, there's 2 groups here. It's such a huge grid. There's 68 drivers. So they've split it into 2 groups, 34 in each. As I said earlier, there's a lot of experience here. There's a lot of very, very sort of renowned and established drivers. So he's got great, massive competition. No idea how it was going to fare. Be great if he could get into Group A, but if he doesn't, we're just purely using this as a bit of a practice round for when we do JKC at Whilton Mill later in the year, which is the last round of the year. I think it's in August, round 6. But either way, lovely weekend to be out, great weather, and good fun spending time with family. Here he comes. Okay, so I was watching Zach a second ago, and as we went up around the boot, he had another car right behind him who was looking to do an overtake. After that, I didn't see Zach on track anymore, so I'm not sure whether he was maybe sort of pushed a little bit and ended up sort of going into the pits instead around that bend. I have seen that before with other karts. Yeah, here he is. He's in the pits. Thought he might be. There he is. I don't think he knows you've come off. He'll be coming up now anyway.
Sweet old time.
I saw a lad right on your arse as you came round that corner. What happened on the corner? How come you came in?
Because the cart's too unstable.
It's too unstable. Oh, okay.
Each time I go around a corner, my leg keeps getting thrown into that from how it's like.
Okay, so we're back down here at Park Ferme. And he's in the queue to get his tyres out. The only issue with this is the amount of spare kit that you need. So you have to supply the tyre spikes because the tyres to be stored on, they're 25-30 quid a shot. And then you also have to supply the extra rims that you're going to need. So we've got a set of slicks and a set of wets in Park Ferme here with UKC. If you remember, we've already got a set of wets in Park Ferme at Waldenville. We've now got another set of wets in here. Should it rain this weekend, although I doubt it will looking at the current weather and forecast, if we needed to practice with an extra set of wets, then we'd need another set of wet rims. So yeah, the cost and the amount of spares that you need on all of this is pretty astronomical.
And we got the other spare set of rims thanks to Lenny Messenger and Motorsport.
Thanks,
sorting
Lenny.
out 2 sets of wet rims. Thank you, Lenny.
Thank you very much. So yeah, Andy's just spent the last probably half an hour getting all the tyres on, getting all the tyre pressures correct, so that if we need to get them out, or when we need to get them out Park Ferme, we're as ready to go as we can be without too many adjustments needed, because you've already seen the stress levels and the pressure that you're under at that time. The last thing you need to do is be faffing about with trying to get your pressures and everything up to speed. So yeah, we're going to go back, we're going to put some more adjustments on Zach's car. He says it's really unstable currently, so we're going to change the caster. We're going to change a number of different bits to try and help the grip that he's going to have and help with his steering and controlling of the car. So yeah, we've got a little bit longer this time round because they're having lunch break, thankfully, because those rounds seem to come round so quickly. So yeah, we're going to go and get those adjustments made, ready for the afternoon. Okay, so Andy's just fitted some new keyways to the rear axle where you can actually screw in the measurement that you need for the rims that you're using. So because of that, and because of the permanent setting that you've got, it means that the rear wheels won't ever knock in, so we won't suffer the issue that we had last weekend at JKC. Okay, I'm just stood waiting for Zach to come out now on practice session 4. This will be this afternoon. I think when I checked the weather earlier, it said it was 19 degrees. There's a very slight breeze, but it feels warm. In fact, no, 20 degrees. Let's have a look at the hourly. What's it say? Yeah, 19 degrees. It's going to be going up to 20, literally, very, very soon. Probably the hottest day of the year so far. It's absolutely beautiful. Clear blue skies, white fluffy clouds. Really good day to be out in the outdoors watching some karting. So there's 16 drivers. Oh no, he has come out. He's just coming out near the back. He's obviously let everyone else go out front. They've left a load of space between him and the other cars. That could well be because he's got new slicks on. He just needs to take things a little bit slowly without the pressure of everyone else being on his arse. Okay, so he's currently last on his lap times, but I expect him to go slow at the start. Sumner is ex-kart teammate. He was currently top of the leaderboard. He's now second. Yeah, it's still showing us being at the bottom currently. Can only get better. Okay, so he's mid-pack. That's really good. Okay, so final results from that practice round. He's still sitting at 23rd position. That's really good considering where he's been coming earlier in the day. Can you see? Yeah, in Zach's words, happy with that. Let's see what difference it makes putting the race engine on. Okay, practice 5 coming up.
When you was going out, was it still bogging in the pits to go out? Okay. Engine's been stripped off, let's put your race engine on. So what about the actual setup of the car? Was that better or not? Yeah, so your back wasn't bouncing, your front was better.
My back was bouncing, but it was better.
Back was bouncing, okay. Right. it's time to go up the Whilton Hill. So this is the good thing about testing. You got the Friday test, which is gives us time, but unfortunately we have lost 4 rounds of the engine not being up to scratch really, but it's not too bad because although he's now only less than a second off the lead, I think it's 7 tenths. That still puts him up at the mid-pack-ish. So, although the engine's not the best currently, always needs to be worn in a bit more hours on it. This enables us to get the kart set up right. So now we think we've got the kart set up. We're literally going to strap the race engine on, see if we can get those tenths up, see if we can get that top 10. Come on, Zach, let's go. I hate Whilton Mill. Well, I love Whilton Mill, I just don't like Whilton Hill. Yeah, the engine just sounds shit, doesn't it? See, it's supposed to be a fixed engine.
On match revs at 13.7. We normally rev out about 14 something.
I was at 13.79, so
Look who I found in the UKC nice new shiny trailer. Paul, how you doing?
yeah, good mate, good.
Well, we've returned this year.
Yeah.
I said we wasn't, but we have.
Yeah.
We can't keep away from it.
Yeah.
I have to say, it's very different to last year.
I'd say so, yeah. We've got part firm-made tyres and we've got controlled fuel. So we've had to step it up a little bit on those sides because they're the 2 areas that people can potentially gain an illegal advantage. So
Yeah, and although you showed us doing our part firm, it's a pain in the arse, but
Massively.
it's good. It stops tyre dipping. You saw my previous video about tyre dipping. It does happen, and teams do it, unfortunately. But yeah, so Paul sorted that one out by part firming not only the wets but also the dries, which is really good. And you've got lots of entries this year as well. I mean, the junior grid's huge.
Yeah, we've got 270 odd series entries, but we've got 200 there for round 1. So juniors this weekend we've got 68, and in the seniors we've got 60. So yeah, happy with that.
So it's going to be A final, B final, and junior.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So they're all going to go through to a final of some sort.
Yeah, you'll have your superheats and you'll have your repechage races after that, and then you'll go top 4 from there. Will go through to the final, and along with the other 30 drivers making 34. So, yeah.
No, it's I have to say, I know we say about championship racing, UKC is up there. I think it's better than British. So definitely come and give it a go. We've been out there today. There's British drivers. There's some really top drivers out there. Zach is struggling, but I'm not surprised. He's only his 5th time he's junior. So we're going to wish Paul the best of luck for the weekend. Good luck,
Yeah,
Paul.
thank you. Cheers,
and
mate.
we'll try and catch you up on probably Sunday, if you can.
All right,
if
yeah.
you find
Do
time.
our best, yeah.
Cheers. I've also found someone else over here who actually was going to interview us last year, and he never did. I was going to give him a shout out. How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. Yeah, so Kev Harris here, reporting for my 6th season of UKC.
Season. I know. So we met Kev last year at Kimbolton, which was the first round of UKC.
Yeah.
Now Kev said he was going to interview us about the Zenico racing ethos. He never did.
I think
So if I'll give you a little hint. If you look at the last round of Rowra, when Kev is on the mini intergrid, I think it was just before the final, you will see Zach in the background spinning his umbrella. He purposely done it to get in the camera to get Kev.
I feel bad, but you are on my list of people to come and talk to this weekend because look, even on my notes here, Louis Harvey is one of your driver coaches, I believe.
Yes,
X-Car. Yeah. And he was obviously senior OTAX champion in 2023, was it? My notes are correct. Yeah, 2023. Yeah. So you are on my list this weekend. So it will happen.
You are going to interview Zenico Racing?
I will come and interview Zenico Racing, but also as well Louis Harvey because of X-Kart, and I see you're wearing the X-Kart logo here.
We are. So last year
both.
we was with Ellen Motorsport, Lenny Messenger, fantastic guy. But we had to jump ship because he wasn't doing JKC, so we were with now X-Kart with Matt Street. I've been to see Lenny sorting out my wet tyres and my wet rims for me today. He's a fantastic guy. So
Lenny is a top man.
Lenny's a top man.
He really is.
Really top
He's one
man.
of the nice guys. There's lots of nice guys, but he's definitely one of the nice guys.
One of the nice guys. So there you go. This is the top reporter. Always on camera, you see him. And I'll see if I can get a bit behind the scenes, because when he does interviews, he spreads his legs. He literally goes about 10 foot wide. I've never seen a man spread legs like he can to get lower down to get the kids high.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
well done. All right,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Good to
Cheers,
see you
mate.
again.
See you again.
Okay, in between each practice session, there's always a huge amount for the mechanics to do on the car. So although the sessions are about an hour or so apart, hour and 10 minutes, it really doesn't seem long enough for them to get everything done, get all their checks made, get all their changes made. We've got Andy here at the moment. He's literally just put the race engine on. He's just checked the gearing, putting the chain guard back on now whilst trying to get a bacon roll down his neck at the same time because he's not eaten anything yet today, and we're almost at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Although, I am looking forward to getting to this draw.
Okay, let's have a look in that drawer. Oh dear. Yeah, that's the famous Grouse whiskey. Okay, we've got Zach cooling himself with the neck fan because he said he's absolutely boiling out there today. He's taken his underlayers off because he was sweating. He's having a nice cool drink and a cool fan. We're hoping there's going to be a big difference between this engine and this last engine. Hopefully he's going to come further up the pack in terms of timings. Or maybe actually that's where he is and that the practice engine is equal to his race engine. But yeah, we'll wait to see. Oh, let's give it a test, check it's all running okay. That is not good. What's going wrong, Andy? Why is it not working?
What am I going? Click, 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 click.
Put the race engine on. What's he done wrong?
Check all the electrical stuff.
You haven't got a clutch key in, have you?
Yes, I have.
You've got what? Thank you very much for that, Andy. Yeah.
I see you've done the same thing before, have you?
Nice. I can't say I've ever experienced that. Normally I remember to take my clutch key out. That's why Lewis
Dad's left a clutch key in. Is that right? You've left the clutch key in. Oh, okay. That'll be why the engine won't start.
That's what you use to change the front clutch.
That's what you used to change the what?
The front clutch.
Right.
So the front clutch was 11, where it was at boarding, it needs to be a 12. So obviously, so you can get the power on the clutch to get it out, you put a clutch key in, which basically makes it all solid so you can get the button on. So now, we should start.
Okay.
That sounds so much better.
amazing when you haven't got a clutch. Doesn't sound any worse.
It was like horrendous, wasn't it?
Okay, right, we just need to clean down Zach's visor because you've just leant all over that and smeared it all. So we'll just clean that down and then I think, are we ready to go?
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Does that sound so much better?
Race engine.
Yeah.
So that's it. Race engine's on, practice engine's off. Basically, the last 4 sessions have just been a waste of time. It was fine to get the kart set up, but Zach didn't have the pace. There was something up with the engine. We're not too sure. It could be our electrics. It could be the engine. So the engine's gone back to our engine builder to be looked at. Zach's going to be a lot more comfortable now. He's got that race engine on. Hopefully he'll get a better time. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, this is a grid of 34 drivers. I think the maximum you can have is 36. So nigh on a full grid, and there's 2 of these in junior because we've got 68 or 69 possibly drivers. Okay, so what I wanted to do was stand here and show how long some people leave it before they actually leave the pits after the green flag goes. Zach tends to get out fairly soon after the green flag's been waved, but say some drivers leave it several laps before they even start making their way out of pits. I think the thinking behind it is they don't want people to sit behind them and follow their line.
Yeah, so we first encountered this behaviour at Kim Bolton, the first round of the UKC. The top drivers just don't go out. They will literally sit there and wait. So Emma's going to do a little test here and see how long it takes for them all to get out of the pits onto the track. They just waste time. I don't know, I can see why they do it, but it's up to them. It's their race time, their seat time.
Zach is one of 3 carts first out, there's 4. Slowly but surely they'll start to go, but we've still got a huge amount of carts still sat. on the grid. Okay, a minute and a half gone, still sat here. Okay, we're approaching the 5-minute mark, so that will have been 3 minutes gone. We have an 8-minute session, and it's now, so that's 3 minutes gone. Still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Still got 16, 17 carts sat here. That's half the grid. Now down to 4 minutes, that's half the session gone. Okay, so it's the biggest teams that we've got sat here. So KR Sport, DHR, Strawberry, Sam Pollitt Racing, Hunter. So by the time the last car leaves this grid, there is only 3 minutes, 16 seconds left. Okay, so I haven't wasted about 4.5, 5 minutes. Capture those carts leaving and just show the massive delays that they have going out. I'm just having a look to see how Zach's getting on. Currently sitting at 16 on alpha timing. So better than earlier. I think that's the best place he's been all day in comparison to the other drivers. However, we have got to wait for those last 11 to sort of get out, get their tyres warmed up and see what kind of times they start pulling. Oh. We have an awning with a window. Look at this. Wow. Okay. Oh my God, I've now got stuck. Oh, I'm going to have to cut through someone's tent, sorry. Let's cut down through here, trying to see if I can actually catch that. He's only got a minute and a half left. Just trying to see how he's doing. Wow, fastest is 46.6, so we're 0.7 of a second off the leader. So that was his last lap, 47.3, puts him at 26. And they're all going to start coming into the pits now. Here we go. Okay, so 26, 47.3, lap 9. If you move on up to the quickest lad, or first driver even, Zed Cueca, 46.3. Okay, so this is the clubhouse for Whilton Mill. This is all renovated a couple of years ago.
So basically, when you're doing championship racing, alpha time, and they want your photograph. So this is them taking Zach into the main Wilson clubhouse to get his photo done. They do a selection of them and do a couple of poses, a winning pose and a standard pose.
Helmet's being kept in the fridge. Okay, you ready?
And then you face me, cross your arms, and look at the camera. Celebration pose. Hey, go up. That's it.
Oh, do we get to see him?
You can.
Oh, there's one. You're looking very serious, Zach. Well, the other one. Right, you done, Zach? Happy?
All good, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
There was everywhere.
Say that again.
There's everywhere.
You look quite pale and pasty in those photos. I think you need a holiday. At least get out in the sunshine. The Ultimate Karting Championship lorry. Should we go in, Zach? Should we go in? Let's just go and see what this is like. So, got the old merchandise over there, t-shirts, tyre bags, huge counter. Somewhere to sit and have a chat. There we go. Okay, so this is the final session of the day. This is practice session 6. It's about 10 past, 4:15 in the afternoon. It's been a beautiful day. Okay, we're good to go. Here comes Zach. Zach's now getting himself caught in the masses. Right, Zach's got himself sat behind the grid of the top drivers here. You never know, we might pick up some hints and tips on the line to take. How's he doing, Andy? Let's have a look at alpha timing.
47.43. So he's basically
4 tenths off the lead at the moment. Oh, no, he's not. No, he's
More than that.
8 tenths. 9 tenths off the lead.
7.4. Yeah, it's 0.8 of a second off. 0.8 of a second off. That's getting better. Okay, so that's coming early off this session. It has literally just finished, so yeah, it's coming about a lap early. Let's go find him, see what's going on.
I didn't want to stay in that track.
Why not?
They kept pulling the most dangerous moves ever.
Well, they are the British champions. Was it fun though? How did the car feel?
It was good. Just hard to steer in.
The what, sorry?
Hard to steer in.
Hard. It's hard to steer. Okay. What about getting out corners, etc.?
No corner speed.
No corner speed still.
Go back.
What's it was before? Is that better, was it? Okay. Well, we know. That's it. Today's done. So, this is basically physical scrutineering. Bit of a bunch up here. Sorry, fella. So, we need to get it into here. Go and see our friend.
One of them do it out there.
They can do it out there?
Yeah. There's 2 of them out there, don't they?
Oh, I thought I'd bring it into you. I miss you.
Right, yeah.
How are you, right? You right?
Yeah.
Good, good, good. Right, so scrutineering isn't in there. Is that here, apparently? Right, so physical scrutineering is basically when the scrutineers do the once over the car. They will check things like your front steering, all your bearings, make sure everything's all straight, nothing's loose, and basically you're compliant. So, and on top of physical scrutineering, you obviously got to do your online scrutineering declaration, which obviously where you register your tyres, your engines. Although the tyres here, UKC, they're part firm made, they've been scanned, so they do them themselves. We haven't got to do that. To be fair, physical scrutineering, they just wiggle lots of things. And they also scrutineering race kit as well. There's a lot of copy suits out there that are coming from Pakistan and Turkey. You can probably see them on Facebook being advertised. They're looking for them. So they'll check the race suits to make sure they're in date, make sure they've got the holographic piece on it. They also check the helmet for its markings. Here we go. So this is scrutineering, says the scrutineer. So they're going to be checking the fronts to make sure there's no play. Again, it's like the wiggle test, and the helmet gets checked for a thing that's got an MSUK sticker on it already, so it's been done. Check the gloves are in good condition. There'll be a wiggle test on the back wheels in a minute.
Look at your suits on.
So this is what I talk about, the suits. Yeah.
The suits we play. That's it. And they hologram.
I'll be able to put it in date, and then on here you've got the holographic. They do. This is where you know you got that.
Yeah, well done. And your boots look like new, so. Yeah, the other
I'm
one.
checking the tread on the boots.
Oh, matching pair. Well done. You need a sticker.
There we go.
Junior, eh?
Junior. There we go. We're past scrutineering. We normally do. We look after our car, but some people do actually foul. Just waiting for our sticker. Here comes our sticker. The little hologram.
Thank you.
That's a cute little one.
Oh, yeah. That'll get you into the fun fair all weekend.
No expense spared on those, are there?
Is it? Yeah.
UKC got a nice new truck, and they've got cheap little stickers.
Something had to give.
That's how you got to give. Cheers, buddy.
Have a good weekend, son.
Thank you. There you go. Always keep scrutineers on side. They are your friends. They're there for a reason. They're there to check safety. If you do come pole, which is unlikely we're going to come pole this weekend, always be nice to them, because they have got a little bit of wiggle room if something goes wrong. But if it's dangerous, then no, you've had it. Or illegal, you've had it. And now up the Whilton Hill. So that was our last test of the Friday. Zach said the kart felt good. I did drop his sprocket down to a 75. You see, he couldn't get out the corners. Also dropped his jet down to 126. He's preferred it with a 76 sprocket, so I changed that back again. But that the kart felt good, yeah? She said steering a bit hard.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pushing. Who's pushing? Aren't we both pushing?
Yeah, but I'm having to pull it left.
Well, I might not have a kart licence, but I've got a driver's licence. Right. Into the X kart. Here we go. Oosh, oosh. So that's the end of the day. Basically, what I'm going to do now, strip the engine off. I would say I'll give it a clean, but that's Emma's job. She loves cleaning. I don't do it good enough. So I'll take everything off. And more importantly, I'm going to have a whiskey. There's no ways that's going to make the A final, the pace it's got, but we're looking good for the B final.
Right, so that was the final session of today on the Friday at UKC round 1. It's been pretty good today. We had a brand new practice engine on for part of the day, which came back 2 weeks ago, and tried it for the first time today and it was rubbish. We've had to send that back because it wouldn't start out the pits. Hoping to make it to the A final tomorrow, but no chance because the competition out there today is crazy. Got all the British drivers, all of the good drivers out there, and with my experience there's no way I'm going to be making it into the A final, so I'm going to be into the B final, and just hoping for a good run in that B final. It's been alright today so far. Had quite a lot of setup problems, but just see how we get on tomorrow.
Okay, so in a sec, Andy is going to check the tracking on the kart. Okay. See what we're doing.
Let's talk tracking. So we've been out all day today. We've not been racing, so there's not been many hits, but we always check our tracking at the end of the day, and this is how you do it. So basically you need two 13mm spanners, depends on your tyre rod, what size. Ours is 13mm, and you basically release the tyre rods off. There we go. There's always a bit round different ways, so it's all quite interesting. There we go. So you release that side, then you can spin it, and I go around to the other side, release that one. Drop the spanner. Okay. Right, next thing you need to do is get a ruler. So you need a decent steel ruler. This is a 12-inch ruler, so you basically centre the steering wheel. You put the 6 on top of there, so the 6 is in the middle, so you know roughly where you are. Then you need some decent lasers. So this comes from Kart Technology. Basically, when you look at the front axle hubs, or some hubs, whatever you call them, you've got little lines. You want to line up the back onto that, and then on the top you've got your bubbles. You want to get your bubble in the middle. It doesn't matter if you do this on a non-flat surface, it's irrelevant. Once that bubble's in the middle, you then look at your steering with your rule on there, and you want to get them as even as possible. I don't really rely on the actual steering wheel itself, I rely more on here. And then you can see currently Zach's tracking is out quite a bit, to be fair. So you've got little red lasers that go onto here. Don't know if the camera can pick them up. Probably not because Emma's in the way. There we go. There it is. No, you're in the way again. There it is. Little thing there. So what you need to do is you need to twist the rods, and then I'm going to twist the other one to put the red laser smack bang on that line. Now what a lot of people do is they put a little bit of forward on there, just by a little bit, so you get a little bit of a toe, just by one, and each one of these is about 1 mil apparently. So there we go. I'm now equal either side. Then tighten up your track rods. Be careful not to twist them. And then get your 13 mils, nip them up, and just check again to make sure your laser hasn't moved. I retrieved my spanner I dropped earlier. So it's not rocket science, sorting out your laser tracking. The actual lasers themselves, they vary in price. I think ours were just shy of 200 quid, but they're invaluable. Obviously if you race with a team, they will have their own lasers, but if you're privateering, it's a must, because it's really important to get that right. Give them a nip up, and all I do then is just put my ruler back on again, make sure my lasers are level. Yep, and all my red dots are lined up. So looking at what the dots where they were before, I'd say Zach was probably about 2 mil out, not massive, but it's enough. So set of lasers, steel rule, 2 30mm spanners, a little bit of patience, and the tracking's sorted.
So that's the end of our video for day one. We're going to have 3 videos in total. So this is practice the Friday. We've played with engine problems. We was nowhere on the right pace. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. We tried to put a bit of instruction in there, the realness of karting at the national level, the emotions, what we go through as a family, and what other parents go through as well. So thanks for watching. Please give us a subscribe. It really helps us, and we'll see you in the next video.